I discovered it here. He'd carve your little nuts and eat them.
Well, hang on, you know DaniEllisVision?
Today we are with my best friend of all time.
She was a lovely girl with huge eyes the color of the sea.
Skylar Clark. And she actually, intriguing enough, has a spooky, ooky origin to her first name, which has quite a bit to do with Halloween. Skylar, would you like to share it? My mom actually saw Sissy Spacek's daughter's name on the credits of a movie and thought it was a great name, which was Skylar. Yes, so she decided to name me Skylar. That's supernatural. I know. And same as Carrie, she actually has telekinetic powers. That's true. And she actually did get her first period in the showers of the gymnasium at our high school. That's true. It was a classic tale, dude. Cross-country practice had just allowed. Today we are, I don't even know if I want to say reviewing. We are going over the plot, the story, the magnificence of Troll 2. 1990. This is a film of Italian opulence. It's really a triumph of... You'd say Italian? I would say French Renaissance. It was kind of getting to that. I was feeling that vibe for me. I was just saying that Italian people created the film. I was getting a French Renaissance vibe from it. Really. There was no way that they could have made this movie not knowing the effect it would have on people. Most especially sexually. And I don't even mean that to be vulgar, but not at all. If I had to say how many boners I received throughout this video, 13 minimum. It was minimum. Oh my god. That's what I'm saying. So you have a number. How the movie started off is Peter Pan is running through the forest, correct or not?
To make a long story short, Peter started to run and run and run.
Essentially, it is Peter Pan. Grandpa Seth is reading a book to Joshua in this monotone voice. Also some like computer-generated music going. As Grandpa Seth is telling the story about trolls, not goblins. If you saw the first goblins, movie, not trolls. It is called Trolls 2. Right. Don't be fooled. It is about goblins. Right. Not trolls.
She was a lovely girl with huge eyes the color of the sea. Strange concoction she offered him was delicious.
Don't tell me they ate him, Grandpa.
That's exactly what happened.
They eat human beings. I'm getting that. With this green Scooby-Doo.
I bet it was a goblin in disguise.
Nickelodeon slime. It's a bit darker. Seth goes, it's the color of tree sap.
He began to feel ill, very ill. He was sweating chlorophyll green.
Green?
That's right. The color of the goblins. The color of sap.
You're like, as far as I know, it's been kind of like brown clear. Clear. It hasn't even been green. I tapped trees in 5th grade. It was clear.
Don't tell me they ate him, Grandpa.
That's exactly what happened with a voracity that has no equal on Earth. With a voracity that has no equal on Earth.
The thing is, if you really wake up, you see a woman with extraordinary beauty standing over you, you have to know that that's just not correct. No. It's like someone super liked me on Tinder, and I knew it was a catfish instantly. You took one look at them, and they were decent looking, and you were like, no.
And as for you, old man, go back to your kingdom of shadows. I order you for the sacred power of the magic stone. It is for go back to
So Grandpa Seth enters this movie as, has there ever been a film where the protagonist has been displayed as rising from hell? Because don't know. I don't remember.
They can. They can.
The thing is, Joshua, goblins still exist.
Goblins still exist.
Grandpa Seth! That's what I kept saying to you throughout the film. What if this was not your Grandpa Seth, but in fact, your Pop-Pop?
Well, if it was Pop-Pop, I would be forced to listen. I would be in the same predicament as Joshua was. Family who didn't understand anything, especially for a young boy. I could relate being a young girl.
Pop-Pop comes forward, and he can take either the stance of good or bad, and he chooses to take the stance of good.
I love that about him.
Right,
I'm just gonna throw that in there. I love that about him. Honestly, Pop-Pop, not Pop-Pop. Grandpa Seth.
We're in 2 minutes into the movie with 20 minutes of dialogue.
Honestly.
And so,
It's pathetic.
I don't even want to get into this because it is so far off.
It's
When
graphic.
Grandpa Seth happens to materialize and chops off the arm of the goblin, that's where I check out.
Because of the graphics?
I checked out because I just lost what was going on. Right, they didn't explain
He was in the real world for far too long.
Right, like, it doesn't make sense.
Now Joshua, his older sister, as he never spoke of her name, only addressed her as Big Sister.
Who wants you, little brother?
Joshua!
What happened?
You were in the wrong room.
Grandpa Seth! You were in the wrong room! Joshua urinating upon the meal of his family.
Here, try this. That looks good.
Grandpa!
Don't let them eat, Joshua. For the love of God, don't let them eat. Stop them, Joshua. You're the only one that can do it. If they eat, they'll come to the same end as Peter in the story. Okay. You have 30 seconds to come up with some way to stop them.
I must do it. I must do it. I must do it.
Did he pee on each plate individually?
I don't
Did
know.
he aim at each, like, souffle?
This is for you, Dad. This is for you, Mom. This
And
is
this
for
is for you,
Big Sister.
Do you see this writing? Do you know what it means? Hospitality. And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it. You can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
What are you going to do to me, Daddy?
Tightening my belt by one loop so I don't feel hunger pains. And your sister and mother will have to do likewise.
The most important part of this film is literally when the father is like gonna take off his belt to punish Joshua after he pisses on the food. He's like, I'm sorry you don't like this family vacation. I've been starving before. I'll beat you in this competition. Like, there's no background for this. The dad is just starving.
You want to get rough with me? You want to show me that you don't like the choice of this house for our vacation by going on a hunger strike? Well, I'll accept the challenge. But just remember, when I was your age, I really did suffer from hunger. We'll see who gets through this. But just remember, I've got more practice than you.
The woman who had dressed up as, I guess, the Wicked Witch of the East.
She looks like a member of the Addams Family.
This is my house.
This was as crazy as it got.
I am Credence Leonor Gielgud of ancient Druid origins.
She started off like, okay, like,
No, she started off at a 10, dude.
okay, she did sort of at a 10, but like a normal character. By the end,
she was in white makeup. She looked like Rocky Horror Picture Show, like your teenage high school version.
I understand that, but I still think that she did start off acceptable for the movie that she was in.
Okay, whatever.
By the end, she wasn't even acceptable
No.
for Troll 2. Which says something. That says something.
She was so eccentric that at this point, her teeth were brown, her contour was blacked out.
Wait. You're right. I
We
was
need
saying
to back up.
No,
we need to back
the
up because we
thing-
need to get to the corn.
Wait, hang on.
Actually, I like popcorn.
Well, no problem. All we have to do is heat it up.
School Musical you're talking about, it looks like they had two different sets. Like when they were like on, like,
Where you stay, Nilbon.
Enjoy our city too. You'll enjoy our city.
the main family, they had like a pretty decent set. And then when they had like the trolls and the witch and like
They were like, oh.
it was like a high school. Grandpa Seth really, like in this movie, he prevented that.
Sexual contact. If Grandpa Seth hadn't been in the film, I truly would have lost a lot of sexual progression.
I personally wouldn't have gotten off. He did the impression. We should watch it.
The thing is, if I had to compare this to a film with a plot and with
Almond eyes.
Evil almond eyes.
This video is so funny. I'm dying.
We've hardly gotten 2 minutes into the video.
It's fine. We have some great footage. You just blend it all together. Can I just make one statement, and this is full honesty?
This is the only thing I want to say.
I want to Grandpa Seth. He's hot.
Despite the fact that he's been told by his own Grandpa Seth's code.
DaniEllisVision. What?